The march to College Park continues. Two teams one step away from making it to the 2A state championship as Carver Votech, the 5 seed in 2A, they're 20-5, take on Middletown, the 1 seed at 25-2 at Governor Thomas Jefferson High School. Great to have you with us on Cool Oldies 1450. I'm Ryan Pierce. With me is Coach Rick Little. Coach, what a fun night we have, but it's important to note the main storyline. Carver Votech only has 5 regular players in their rotation tonight. They're bringing up 5 JV players as well.
Yeah, to round out their roster, they needed to bring up some JV players. Had an unfortunate incident in their previous game when they were winning handily against Queen Anne's County. Had a little disruption, bench clearing. I think there was 1 punch thrown, but the MPSAA rule, if you leave the bench area, you're suspended for the next game. So even though a lot of those players didn't actively participate, they paid a penalty of leaving the bench area. So therefore, the 5 core players that the Bears have, and then 5 JVs, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be a solid starting 5 for Carver Tech.
Yeah, Carver Votech, they were leading 47-15. It was a blowout in the third quarter. The game, like you said, Coach, called. They get the win. It was Dorian Sands who was pushed from behind. He had already scored 27 points at the beginning of the third quarter in that game. He's their top scorer this year, averaging over 20 per game. A really special young player. Yeah,
he broke the 1,000-point mark this season. He shoots over 40% from behind the three-point arc, 50% on inside the arc shots. So he is a dynamic offensive player, and he has a few helpers score-wise. Number 23, Desmond Hammond, a 6'3 senior, averages 9.3 a game. I got Khalil Kokloff, averages 12.8 a game. So they can just downright play. And I'll tell you what, and when I was watching them, we were talking about this a little bit off air. They have a sign in their gym, All Out Havoc. And under normal circumstances, this team would press the entire time, either man-to-man full court pressure. They'll even do some half-court trap stuff, and they are very athletic. If Middletown does not take care of the ball and be strong with the basketball, there could be some easy points on the other end.
The Knights beat Poolesville in their 2A quarterfinals matchup 58-50. They've won their last 4. They only lost 2 games the entire season. It's a really good team. They've earned that number 1 seed, led by the very talented junior James Miller. Coach, you've had a chance to watch him play. What do you like about his game?
Yeah, he can score from all 3 levels. He's strong at 6'2". The junior can get to the rim, and it'll be interesting to see if he's quick enough, athletic enough, and strong enough to do that against this Carver Tech lineup. But he also shoots 39% from behind the three-point arc. So he can put it up inside or outside. And then he has a good supporting cast. Brett Lucas, 6'2 senior, averages 10 points a game, over 7.5 rebounds a game. Got Gabe Cottrell, a 6'4 senior, 6.3 points per game. And then sophomore, senior Braden Beard at 11.5 points per game. The 5'11 senior really shoots it. He's going to the Notre Dame of Maryland to play basketball next year. And then they bring some players off the bench that actually are some of their leading scorers. One being number 1, Chase Beard, averages 7.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds. The sophomore at 5'11 can also light it up. One thing that Middletown has going for it is all season long they like to play fast.
Yeah.
Get up and down the floor, shoot the ball quickly. Not a lot of pressure defense, more in the half court. So that'll be an adjustment. So hopefully they'll be ready for this athleticism and this pace of play. They're 58-50 win over Poolesville. I don't think 58 points is going to win tonight. I think it's going to be closer to 70 to win this ball game. So limiting live ball turnovers has to be the #1 key for Middletown.
Give you an idea of how good the Bears defense is at forcing turnovers. They had 21 steals when their quarterfinals game was called, with 6 minutes and about 30 seconds left in the third quarter. That feels like a steal maybe 2 out of every 3 possessions at the very least. They pressure, they force turnovers. I'm really excited for the matchup. Yeah, I hope they guard each other at one point tonight. James Miller against Dorian Sands. Both are 6'2", and both lead their team in points per game.
Yeah, and that's going to be one interesting matchup to watch when they get into their man-to-man. Now, Tech, I would not be surprised if Carver Tech does not play much man-to-man because of their short bench with experienced varsity. And they're comfortable in their zone defense and trapping zone defense. So it's not a big change of pace for Carver Tech to not play man-to-man, but still pressure the ball a lot, trap the ball, cause Middletown to pass that ball a little too long sometimes, and those athletes from Votech are going to take it the other way.
That is the big storyline tonight. Can the Bears stay out of foul trouble with 5 regular players in their rotation this evening? We'll have the starting lineups when we come back. Big time semifinals matchup of the 2A state playoffs. Some cool oldies, 14-15.
Company is Frederick County's largest supplier of pedal-assisted e-bikes. Frederick County Yamaha is a supplier of Yamaha, Giant, and Intense electric bikes. From open road to crosstown commutes, mountain bikes, and more, Frederick Town Yamaha specializes in 2 wheels and a motor. Since 1975, located just off Urbana Pike in Frederick. Check out our website at fredericktown.yamaha.com. Frederick Town Yamaha, where the fun begins. Thermont Country Kitchen, conveniently located on Water Street in downtown Thermont. It's just like home, only they do the dishes. They owned and operated since 1984. Thermont Country Kitchen has something for everyone. Handicap accessible, find your choice for small gatherings or parties, and we cater too. Thermont Country Kitchen's owners, Sherry and Rob, recently received the You Make Thermont Proud Award. And hey, speaking of awards, their roasted chicken is the best in Maryland, hands down. Thermont Country Kitchen's menu is unbelievable, with something for everyone. Check them out today. Thermont Country Kitchen is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the radio. Everyone in Thermont knows and respects Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life is located on Water Street in downtown Thermont. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today. Our local American Legion Post 168 in Thermont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice and military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
All right, we are back live here. This is Michael Betteridge in the production booth, and I just want to thank our sponsors. You just heard all 4 of them. We couldn't do it without you. That's American Legion Post 168, Center of Life Chiropractic, Fredericktown Yamaha, and Thermont's Country Kitchen. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's 2A Maryland State Boys Basketball Semifinal. And let's go back upstairs to the balcony, and Ryan Piers, Coach Rick Little.
Michael, thank you. As we're set to play the Class 2A state semifinals, and Rick, as we were talking about in the pregame, 5 players in the rotation, along with 5 JV players on the playing tonight for the Bears. It is their 5 starters, though, so that is the benefit for the Bears.
Yes. So this is going to be a very talented first 5 for Carver Votech. We'll see how long they can maintain the pace.
And the regular starting 5 for Middletown: Gabe Cottrell, Jackson Polanski, Braden Beard, Brett Lucas, and their leading scorer, James Miller. It will be Gabe Cottrell in their home whites with the dark blue lettering and the red trim, jumping up against David Ross, 6'5" center in the dark blue uniforms and the silver trim, as we're off and running in the Class 2A semifinals. Carver Votech, the Bears taking on the Middletown Knights, 5 against 1. It's the 5 seed with the ball first. Ball goes to the corner. The 3 is off the mark. The weak side rebound is fought for, pulled in and blocked away by Middletown. It's recovered by Ross. For the Bears, his shot is short. And finally, the Knights pull away. It's James Miller up ahead to Braden Beard, gliding to the rim. His shot is long. Battle for the rebound. Putback is short. Volleyballed up in the air. Tap back out to the top. In the hands of Cottrell. Underneath. Plus a foul. Already one on Carver Votech.
Yeah. James Miller started that. Good hustle. Gets the offensive rebound. Keeps things alive. Finally, Brett Lucas found it underneath the basket, and he picks up a quick foul against Votech. Number 12, David Ross, picks up the foul.
So 2 free throws coming up for Brett Lucas. Shot was short. Lucas actually made the shot, excuse me. Was late to put it up. Missed the free throw. Rebound out to the corner by James Miller. Offensive rebound for Middletown as they reset, leading 2-0. 7:18 left to go. Just underway in the Class 2A semifinals. Open look left wing is long from Cottrell, but another offensive rebound. Once again, it's Miller. Bounce to Polanski. He double-teamed high right wing, gets it away to Miller. Their leading scorer, the 6'2" wing, averaging 17 plus. Drives in the paint, shot drops over the top of Anthony Ross.
Great drive by James Miller. Hangs in the air, ball fakes, and finishes 4-0.
Ross is 6'4". Anthony Ross 6'4". David Ross is 6'5". David Ross picks up the early foul. The runner is around in third, dropped in by Koklaf, number 3, the point guard, shooting guard combo. On the other end, the 3 is short. Koklaf the rebound. Up ahead to David Ross, gliding to the rim, shot blocked for the foul. It's called on James Miller, a big one early on the leading score for Middletown. 2 free throws coming up for Ross.
Yeah. Middletown shooting those threes. They got to get back in defense after that shot goes up, because quickly to the other end of the floor, the Bears are going to go.
And Coach, you mentioned it. The Bears want to get up and run. They've got a lot of speed. They play with great pace. Really, both these teams do, as the free throw is off the mark from Ross.
And just looking down at the Carver Votech bench, that is not their typical head coach parading the sidelines. So one of the assistants, don't know the story behind that, but they're here and they're playing is 4-3, Middletown early.
Middletown the 1-point lead. Carver Votech playing shorthanded. Already 1 foul on Ross. The lamp missed by Miller. Tapped around and pulled in on the offensive end by Cottrell. Back to the corner and middle. He ball fakes, now fires over the top, and the weak side rebound pulled in by Ross. And a foul, the second, called on Middletown.
Yeah, that was a forced 3-pointer by James Miller. He's being well defended. Might have been better off pulling that one down.
Shooting just under 40% from 3, but that was a hand in his face from the corner early in the shot clock. I think you're right there, Coach. Maybe a little more patience on that possession. The leading scorer, Dorian Sand, kicks to the top. And the cross-court pass stolen by Miller. The race to the other end, and he lays it in to make it 6-3 with 5:45 left in the first. The counter on the other end, the pull-up from number 3, Kokloff missed it. Offensive rebound, Sands, and he puts it through on the left block. We have got a high-paced basketball game tonight, Coach. Both
Yep.
these teams like to shoot quickly. And now the full court press. It's a light press from the Bears. They force 20-plus turnovers, and there's a steal. This time, it is Ross sidestepping in the paint. The runner is good, and for the first time, the Bears are on top 7-6.
Yeah, and that's the kind of turnover you cannot have if you're Middletown. Goes quickly to the other end, go the Bears for the layup.
Open left corner three from Beard is short. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds, and it belongs to the Bears. A couple threes missed from Middletown, but that type of open look from Braden Beard's gonna go in more often than not, probably.
Yep, 0 for 4 early in the game is Middletown from behind the arc.
Kokloff slows down the tempo. The point guard averaging just over 12 points per game. Gets to the top. Sands lines up a three, couldn't bank it in. And the defensive rebound, center paint by Beard. Now Middletown sets up on the offensive end. Miller drives, spins, and is called for steps. A turnover. You can tell, though, that Middletown is trying to force the ball inside, draw some fouls, and put pressure on the shorthanded Bears tonight.
And I like the way they are attacking the pressure defense of Carver Votech, trying to get to the rim quickly.
Hayden, Euro step in the paint, hit across the arm, foul on Cottrell, and 2 free throws coming up for Desmond Hayden. The combo guard forward, averaging a hair under 10 points per game. He's their third option, but a really good third option.
Yep. A bunch of seniors here. I mean, they don't, we talk about that often in the playoffs, how the seniors don't want to go home. And they've already beat, in their run to this point, the defending 2A state champions, Newtown. They beat them in the region championship 61-48. So they're a really good team.
They beat the defending Class 3A state champions City College earlier in the year, back in January 62-61. And they're now up 8-6 after a pair of free throws are split. 4:15 left in the first. Fun game so far. Both teams playing aggressive, taking quick shots. 2-point advantage for the Bears. And if you are the Bears, you want to get on top quickly because you're shorthanded. And a whistle and a foul if this goes on
number 3.
David Ross. It's going to be on Desmond Hayden, his first, the second on the team. Bears employ a trap defensively. Now looks like they drop back into man-to-man defense. They have to stay out of foul trouble tonight. The kick out to the left wing, the fake and the drive from Poffenbarger off the bench. His runner is short, and the rebound grabbed by Kokloff. Throws up ahead to Anthony Ross. Ross into Miller. His shot is short. Nice defense. Chase Beard, who just subbed in the defensive rebound. Up ahead, the pass to Miller in the corner. And he's called for steps. Coach, I'll be honest, I thought he kept his left pivot foot down there. That's his second travel.
That's 2 traveling calls against James. I just didn't see him, to be honest.
The first one was closer. I thought that one was pretty clear that it was not a travel, but maybe the angle of the official was better.
Yep.
Now Darian Sands, he's called for double dribble on the other end. A miscommunication between him and Hayden. So back-to-back turnovers with 3:30 left in an 8-6 game.
Middletown already into the bench with 3 substitutes. You talked about Poffenbarger before.
Oh, Miller has a shot blocked by Sands, then knocked away. Ross picks it up. Ross racing on the other end. The Euro step in the paint. The up and under is no good. Sands had the rebound, lost it, picked it back up, and Miller swatted it off the bankboard. Rebounded underneath from Ross. The bounce pass and the score from Darian Sands. Excuse me, David Ross, the bucket.
Yep, good pass there off the offensive rebound. James Miller, the 3, off the mark.
Rebound cut by Anthony Ross. Up ahead with his team up by 4. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Working from right to left across the court. Bounce back to Anthony Ross. He drives. Now Sands on the baseline. Lost it. Taken away by Miller, but when he stole the ball, he was on the baseline. And it will stay with the Bears. 17 to shoot.
Also in for Middletown, number 1, Chase Beard. along with number 20, Matt Kelsey, now in the lineup.
The drive from Beard had his shot turned away, but right into the hands of David Ross.
9 on the shot clock for the Bears.
Kokloff has to go quickly. Now with 5. Down low underneath to David Ross. Kicks back out to Kokloff. Just one to shoot. He doesn't realize it. Tosses it up and it misses long. And the rebound by Brent Lucas. On the other end, Beard will pull back as he gives to Puffenberger. The runner is good to stop the scoring drought. It's a 2-point game with 2 minutes left to go in the first. And now the official stops play.
I think number David Ross for Carver Votech.
Yeah, he might be.
They banged heads down there, and it looks like he has a cut above his right eye.
So the official stop play. David Ross is now going to the bench. He's being worked on by the trainer. And I believe you're right there, Coach, maybe above the left eye. So this is not what a very short-handed Bears team wants to do. They have to go to the bench and bring on a JV player. It is number 40, Charles Hodge. Looks like he's a post player. Don't know much about him because he's not on the normal roster. I know, Coach, it says Taywan Savage.
Okay.
But it is Hodge, I've been assured by the coaching staff.
The assistant coach.
And a foul is called, I believe, on, no, travel, excuse me,
yep.
On the Bears. So
solid defense by James Miller again on the penetration, causes the travel.
Middletown can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Just under 2 minutes left to go, and Miller airmails Brent Lucas, trying to pass it cross court near the timeline, out of bounds. Carver takes over, and they reset the clock. There we go. Up by 2, 10-8, 1:51 left to go in the first quarter. Back and forth game. Both teams a couple sloppy last couple of possessions.
Middletown staying in their man-to-man defense. Miller on the point guard.
Kokloff down low.
Stolen. Kelsey.
Hampton, and it's, taken away. And the push up ahead into the hands of Puffenberger. Now to the top of the key. It goes. Crossing, driving, kicking is Kelsey. Puffenberger again. Throws to the top to Miller. He's got 15 to shoot. Now on the right wing it goes to Lucas. Drives into the defender. Pass down low. Center paint. Shot is good by Puffenberger. Nice ball movement to tie it up at 10.
Great interior passing. Kelsey with the little drop to Puffenberger, who finishes.
Kick to the top of Sands. He fakes, drives, tosses up. Got it to go, but they're going to wave it off. No shot. Sands was fouled on the ground. And it'll be an inbound underneath for the Bears.
4th team foul on Middletown. 2 against the Bears here in the first quarter.
The foul, I believe, was called against Chase Beard. That's his first. And a fresh 30. And a tie game, 10-10. Bears on the offense. The runner's no good. And it's rebounded by Beard off the deflection. Defensive board. Here comes Middletown. Left wing pull-up 3 is long. High arching rebound. Climbing the ladder to pull it in is Ross for the Bears. Anthony Ross on the other end. Lost his dribble. And it's knocked out of bounds. It should have belonged to Middletown. And no, they're going to say it is... I believe we're staying with Middletown. No, it's going to go to the Bears, actually. That one could have gone either way. I thought
right in front of the Middletown student section that they don't see eye to eye.
In the back court, Kokloff, 40 seconds left to go, 18 on the shot clock. Top of the key pass. Here's a 3, and it's long from the JV player, Charles Hodge. A chance to take the lead before the quarter closes. Beard in the front court. They pass over to the high left wing in the hands of James Miller. He drives. The runner is long. Rebound tap. Miller gets it back and scores from the left block.
Credit Puffenberger. Kept that ball alive. Miller cleaned it up.
On the other end, Hampton off the assist from Sands to even the score at 12. There's 10 seconds left. Full court press from the Bears. And across it comes to Puffenberger. Center paint pass to Kelsey. His runner is short. Rebound tapped, and that will do it. The end of the first quarter, and we are tied at 12. What a wild quarter of play. We went back and forth, and we are even after 1. Second quarter coming up on Cool Oldies 1450.
72. Chance of rain on Thursday night. Lows around 54 degrees and chance of rain right at 30%. And Friday, showers likely after 2 p.m. From the cool oldies 1450 AM Weather Center, I'm the one A.
It's the 2A state semifinals here on Cool Oldies 1450. We've got a good one so far. 12-12 is the score between Middletown and the Carver Votech Bears.
Number 42 has checked into the game now.
And I was told that
for the Bears.
Darian Ross. Darian Ross has subbed in. Kick to the wing, the fake, the drive, the runner. It's short from Braden Beard. Loose on the deck, knocked it out of bounds, and it will belong to the Bears.
And timeout, real quick by Carver Tech.
A timeout taken by Carver Tech, as we'll keep it right here. 12-12, just underway in the second quarter. Coach, we believe, as it looks like Dorian Sayers, their leading scorer, goes to maybe get work looked at by the training staff. He wasn't limping, appeared to be okay. I'm not sure what is
it looks like his pregame ankle tape job is not comfortable. He's getting an adjustment. The other young man, David Ross, I think, he's back into the game. Good to see him back on the floor.
So Ross is back out there. JV player, at least from what I'm told, Charles Hodge is on the court for the Bears. 12-12. We are just getting the second quarter underway. The first possession of the quarter for the Bears in their dark blue uniforms. Down players after a handful of suspensions because of a scuffle during the third quarter of the game against Queens Anne. Left wing three is long, and it will go out of bounds and belong to Middletown. Now, none of the Bears really got into that fight. They just left the bench, and because of state rules, they have to be suspended for a game, and that is why there's only 5 players of 5 that were on the floor at the time able to suit up tonight.
Here early in the second quarter, neither team has hit a three-point shot yet. Middletown 0 for 6. Carver Votech now 0 for 6.
Foul line jump shot rattles out, and a rebound pulled in by Ross for Carver Votech as they counter on the other end. 12-12, nobody scored yet in the quarter, 1 minute in. Bounce pass in the paint, and the layup is through.
Nice pass. Sands back into the game. Drops it off. Anthony Ross with the finish.
And it's turned over, so the Bears take over, leading by 2. With a miscommunication at the top of the key that, what is it, a 1-2-2 trap?
Yep.
Tough to play sometimes. I think it's caused a few turnovers. Kokloff in the front court, fakes on Miller, kicks to the right corner, driving a Sands, spinning the paint, flying away, jumper, around and through. A quick 4-point run for the Bears. They're up 16-12. 5 seed leading the 1 seed. They pull off the trap. Miller beats it in the paint. Bodies up against the defender. Hit the deck, no call. Rebound Bears. They push on the other end. Sands tries to drive and now pulls back right wing. Goes to work on the defender. Polanski lost it out of bounds. A turnover from the Bears.
Great straight up man-to-man defense there by Polanski. Causes the turnover. Here. 2-2-1 look now by Carver Votech.
Open 3, Braden Beard, baseline right, didn't get it to go. Lucky rebound, Polanski centers it right in the middle. Shot altered as Lucas went up, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights with 25 to shoot, down by 4, 6:04 left to go in the half.
Middletown is really getting after it on the offensive boards.
Open look, Miller, right wing. It is long, just the threes are not falling right now. They're getting good looks. Are the Knights, Bears on the other end. Sands a fake, the drive, the miss, but a foul. And Dorian Sands starting to pick up the pace, already a couple points and an assist in the quarter. Goes to the line for 2 free throws.
Draws the foul against Jackson Polanski.
That is the first on Polanski. And a pair of free throws given up for Sands, a phenomenal shooter. He had 27 points before the game was called early in the third against Queens Anne. Misses the foul shot. It's still a 4-point lead. with 5:52 in the semifinals of the 2A postseason for the state of Maryland. Great to have you with us on Cool Oldies 1450. Winner goes to College Park. What a fun experience that would be for these two teams as Sands knocks down the second. Here's the 2-2-1 full court, really a three-quarter court press. As it goes over the top to Polanski, back to Miller, driving, hit. It's actually Lucas, missed it, rebound Miller, he couldn't put it through.
This guy hasn't called.
And finally scooped up by Kokla, up ahead to Ross, had it knocked away by Braden Beard, and he's whistled for the foul. That sparks some boos from this packed house. And Governor Thomas Johnson High School, I think potentially the fans here from Middletown didn't like that the foul was called on Beard after it wasn't called on the other end.
Yeah, a lot of contact up here on the drives from Middletown, and they're not getting any calls.
5:35 left.
Middletown.
17-12. As David Ross, with the white patch over his right eye on his forehead, leads his team off the floor. Good-sized crowd, really a full house here at Governor Thomas Johnson High School. I would say, and I'm just looking at the colors of the outfits, about 2/3 of them maybe a little bit more, appear to be fans of Middletown. That makes sense, being a little bit closer.
Yeah, they got a great student section down here, all in white. And then, yeah, it looks like they tried to do like half the gym, but Middletown fans,
I would say probably 70%.
Just too many of them.
Yeah, I'd say at least 70, possibly more. And a good student section. So it feels like a true road game for the number 5 seed, which makes sense, against the number 1 seed Middletown. The Knights have only lost 2 games all year. They trail by 5 off the inbound shot is missed, put back no good, and finally a defensive rebound for Middletown. They like to pull quickly. Here's Lucas, their second leading scorer. The rotation, top of the key. The drive from Chase Beard. The kick, the rotation to the right side. Cottrell pulls up from 15, and it's short. The ball goes off the fingertips of Desmond Hayden. It will stay with the Knights in a fresh, well, the shot clock says a fresh 30 after the ball hit the rim. Bounce pass, right block. And it's stolen from behind by Kokloff. In transition, bounce pass left block, up and under, put through for David Ross. He's got 6. Biggest lead so far at 7 for the Bears, and almost stolen again, but this time a foul called on Kokloff. Well, 19-12, 4:56 left. That's the first foul in the quarter on the Bears.
I think that actually went to Anthony Ross.
Okay.
Which is good for the Bears. Kokloff already has 1.
So Ross picks up the foul. On the left wing, Lucas drives, center paint, dumps off to Cutting Polanski, kick out left wing, beating the defender is Beard, draws a double team, tried to toss it out, had it deflected, got it back, lets the defender fly by and scores underneath the bucket.
A lot of work there by Chase Beard to get those 2 points.
Ross picks it up on the other end. That's David Ross. He pulls it back out top of the key. Kokloff, who resets and eyes down Brent Lucas just in front of the logo with 17 to shoot. Bounce pass Cutting underneath. Left-handed layup through for Desmond Hayden.
Beautiful backdoor cut and a bounce pass. Hayden drops it home.
Lead grows to 7, 21-14. The trap on Miller. He gets it across to Chase Beard. The kick to the corner. Open look Polanski. It's long, weak side, a rebound pulled in by Hampton. Kick up the top on the other end of Sands. Gliding, right-handed layup around and out. Rebound tapped. And it's going to be a rim violation, I believe, is the call on David Ross. The official says the ball was still in the cylinder when he knocked it off. It was close.
Offensive interference, I guess.
Yep.
Goaltending.
I'm not sure if that ball was going to go in. It looked like it was rolling off, but maybe Ross touched it up on the rim. A bang-bang play. Either way, it's Middletown's ball down by 7. And turned over by Chase Beard as he goes tumbling near where the cheerleaders normally would be. He seems to be fine, got right back up. Bears take over. A light press put on by Miller of the Knights. Handled by Kokloff. Into the front court, off the weave, gives to Hampton. Up by 7, 3:30 left to go. Handed on the high right side, step back jumper, blocked by Beard, but a foul is called on Chase. It was close to a three-point shot. Let's see what the official says. Got him on the arm, and that is two free throws. Okay. So Desmond Hayden averaging a hair under 10 points per game at the free throw line. His team up by 7. The foul called on Chase Beard. That is, I believe, 2 on Beard. Hayden's first foul shot around and through. Lead is 8 for the Bears, their largest, with 3:30 left in the half. A second coming from Desmond Hampton. Combo forward guard. 9 points per game, 4 rebounds. Hits, oh no, the second rimmed out. Missed the second. Lead still 8.
Yeah, even on the miss, Carver Votek gets into a press, and there's a live ball steal by Sands.
Sands a steal, lobs blocked by James Miller.
Ugh.
Miller blocked the alley-oop, then a foul in the backcourt as Matt Kelsey tried to dribble it up the court. What a recovery from James Miller.
Middletown needs a bucket. They need to keep within striking distance here before halftime.
Middletown just 2 points in the second quarter, but outscored by 10. 12-2, they're down by 8. 22-14, 3 minutes left to go. Deep triple attempt from Miller. Trying to get going, misses long. Rebound picked up in the paint by Kelsey. Back to Miller cutting, and he misfires on the layup. Had a shot altered down low. Hand in the rebound. Hand in the front court, spins on Miller. He knocked it away. Pass up to Miller, wide open. The layup's through.
Big defensive play there by James Miller, who tips the ball away right to a teammate. Matt Kelsey forwards it to him for the layup.
Back-to-back phenomenal defensive plays by Miller. Lead back down to 6 with 2:30 remaining for the Bears. Just 5 players on their varsity team in uniform tonight. They're up by 6. Kick to the corner. The 3 is long, but a foul on Miller as he appeared to clip the shooter going across. In 3 free throws coming up for Desmond Hampton. Ooh, that's a tough foul. That's a second on Miller. It appeared to be correct. May have caught him on that left tip.
Yep. Challenged the three-point shot just a little too aggressive.
As the first foul shot is long from Hampton, he's missed 2 of his last 3. Still just a 2-possession game. Middletown probably feels okay about this. They have struggled from the outside. They've had plenty of looks, and you have to think the Carver Votek team will become fatigued as this one goes on, as Hampton makes the second. He's got one more coming.
You just can't let Carver Votek get too far away if you're Middletown before some of your outside shots start to fall.
Cotrell subs in for Miller, so I would guess Coach Keeming is going to have Miller on the bench the rest of this half with 2 fouls.
I'm sure Coach Cumming would like to get away with that if he could.
Yep. Second free throw goes in. Lead is back to 8 with 2:18 left in the half. Center of the court, Cotrell. Euro step to his left, and scores with his right center paint.
Nice aggressive move there from the top of the key. Cotrell got the ball against the press, right down the middle.
Deep left 3 from Kotloff is missed. Weak side rebound put back, no good. And it's saved by Cotrell into the hands of Lucas for the Knights. Brett Lucas going to have to shoulder the load with Miller on the bench to Cotrell, who just scored off the bench. High right wing Kelsey. He's trapped now, pulls it back out straight on to Puffenberger. He drives, runner, long. Puffenberger grabs his own rebound, kicks it out. Open right wing look from Lucas. Touchdown. Finally a 3 goes. This one from Brett Lucas, the senior.
And from somebody you don't expect, Brett Lucas, who typically does a lot of inside work, knocks down the first 3 of the ball game.
Kotloff runner, he's tied up in a travel call. 24-21, a turnover from the Bears. And now with 1:19 left, Knights can tie with a 3.
Hugh Winchester Dodman in the game now for the Knights.
Providing some late energy in the half. Winchester Donovan takes it about 10 feet beyond the 3-point line right side. Passes it left side just outside of Cotrell. He lines up the 3 off the front of the rim, off the paint board and off. Kotloff the rebound. on the counter with exactly 1 minute to go. High left to Handon. Handon standing dribble. Now to Koklov. Baseline left. Dumps off underneath. The one dribble. And it's turnover. Stolen by Kelsey. On the other end, here comes Middletown. Kelsey the stutter step, the drive, the right-handed throw, but it's no good. Defensive rebound, kick up the floor to Koklov. Hit shot is good, plus a foul. It is called on Gabe Cottrell, and Koklov the free throw line. Cottrell just missed the block. I think he got Koklov in the body.
Aggressive defensive play, missed the block shot, got the foul. Great run out by the Bears. Koklov with the finish and the foul.
So Koklov back to the free throw line. That is the second foul on Cottrell. So Cottrell's got 2. James Miller has 2. And Chase Beard has 2. And Koklov has 3 on that possession to extend the lead back to 27-21. About a 5-second differential shot in game clock. The drive, the dump off, the layup center paint is missed by Will Akingbe. And here comes the Bears on the other end. Sands drives, and now will circle back out on the baseline left as he works on Akingbe. Draws the double team left block, kicks out top of the key. Open 3, Koklov, foot rattles out. Rebound, volleyball to the sideline. It's saved off the fingertips of Winchester Donovan. It will stay with the Bears, 9.5 to shoot.
Yeah, good hustle by Desmond Handman. Keep that ball alive, keep it in play.
And into inbound on the baseline, Winchester Donovan and his 6'1" frame in front of him. Throws it in, 9 to shoot. Going to work is Sands. Their leading scorer, averaging 20 plus a game with 3 to shoot. Sands pulls up from 25, couldn't bank it in. Rebound, put back, and it goes at the buzzer. The near side official counts it, and it gives the Bears a 29-21 lead at the break. David Ross somehow was able to shot put it in off the rebound. The officials discuss. It did look like, though, Coach, he got it off in time. Still, Middletown down by just 8. They didn't shoot great in the first half. Got a chance to come back in the second.
Yeah, that was a tough way to end the half if you're Middletown. Give up an offensive rebound put back. 8-point lead by the Bears. They're within striking distance, but they clearly need to shoot the ball better in the second half.
29-21. We will break on Cool Oldies, 1450.
Cincinnati Bengals are moving on from a franchise killer. ESPN is reporting Joe Mixon roster bonus next Monday and carried a cap hit of just under $9 million next season. The former Pro Bowler was selected in the second round of the 2017 draft. And that's sports. I'm Lou Glass on the Maryland News Network.
Back here in Cool Oldies 1450, Ryan Pierce, Coach Rick Little. It is the Class 2A semifinals. It's been a fun one so far between two high-powered offenses. The Carver-Votech Bears leading the Middletown Knights 29-21 at the half. It was tied after the first quarter, 12-12. The Bears went on a 10-2 run till about the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. The Knights were able to get it down to a 3-point lead for the Bears. They finish on a 5-0 run to close out the quarter, and they lead 29-21 as we are at halftime. Coach, for a second there, it looked like the Knights were about to potentially tie the game. They're right back in it, only down by a possession, and the Bears able to bump it up to 8 at the break with that last second putback.
Yeah, the Bears using their athleticism, creating some turnovers, challenging the three-point shooters from Middletown, who is only 1 for 11 from behind the arc here in the first half. And the live ball turnovers, you got to be really careful. And over time, that pressure that Carver-Votech is putting on wears on you.
Yeah.
And you just make a little slip here, a little slip there. They ended up with the ball in their hands down the other end, laying it in for easy scores. So Middletown has to really get back to focus and fundamentals pass, break that press, try to drive if they can. Otherwise, they got to keep shooting, but they got to shoot with confidence, and they got to see some go through the net.
The good news for Middletown is they didn't shoot well in the first half. They're only down by 8 points. The good news for the Bears is being, of course, incredibly down. They only have 5 of their regular rotation players. They're not in foul trouble, so
Correct.
that helped. They're in a good spot there.
Yeah, I think I only recorded 3 fouls in the entire first half for the Bears. So, you know, even with the dribble penetration that Middletown's trying, they're not creating fouls. So they got to just make shots and reduce turnovers to get back in this game.
And that's a big point when the Bears raced out to that 10-2 run to start the second quarter. It was turnovers. That was really the issue for Middletown. I think we're going to see them be better at that in the second half. They've become more comfortable against that 2-2-1 trap. See how they respond when they come out.
Yeah. They just need to shoot the ball a little bit better.
We will take one more break and come back with the second half of the 2A state semifinals on Cool Oldies 1450.
Because we all share the same dream. I like the buzzword. Big time boy. Trump's private plane. On the same day, Trump was set to meet with Justice Department officials back at the resort. The top official from the National Institute on Drug Abuse is urging Americans to pay attention to the types of cannabis products teenagers are using, following a recent study revealing high school seniors are using Delta-8, a psychoactive substance. John Schaefer, USA News. Talking by like non-baseball news happening in our community. New issues are published by the first of each month. Check your mailbox, view online, or grab a copy at one of the many local businesses in and around the Catoctin community. The paper is also a great way to promote your company and show your support for the good things happening in our community. For more information, visit thecatoctinbanner.com or follow us on Facebook. We hope you're enjoying the game. Let's hear a special message from another one of our fantastic sponsors. Thermont Country Kitchen, conveniently located on Water Street in downtown Thermont. It's just like home, only they do the dishes. They owned and operated since 1984. Thermont Country Kitchen has something for everyone. Handicap accessible, or your choice for small gatherings or parties, and we cater too. Thermont Country Kitchen's owners, Sherry and Rob, recently received the You Make Thermont Proud Award. And hey, speaking of awards, their roasted chicken is the best in Maryland, hands down. Thermont Country Kitchen's menu is unbelievable, with something for everyone. Check them out today. Thermont Country Kitchen is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the radio.
Welcome back to Governor Thomas Johnson High School on Cool Oldies 1450, the site of the Class 2A state semifinals in Maryland. Right now, Carver Votech, the Bears, the number 5 seed, lead in Middletown. The Knights, 29-21 as we're getting set to start the second half. Ryan Pierce, Coach Rick Little. Coach, I think you said it perfectly during our last segment. Just got to shoot the ball better if you're Middletown and prevent turnovers.
Yeah, and right here they're on the defensive end to start the third quarter. They need to stop and a score right off the bat. They don't want to fall down 10 points.
29-21. It was a 3-point game until a 5-0 run to close out the first half from the Bears. They are playing with only 5 players on their regular varsity roster. However, it is their regular starting 5, and they've been enough so far to lead by 8 at the break. We'll see how Middletown comes out in the second half. It's going to be Bears ball first, working from left to right. They're in their dark blue road uniforms with the silver lettering and silver trim. Good crowd tonight. I would say at least 65 to 70% of them are Middletown fans. Middletown's student section wearing all white t-shirts on the far left side of the court as the ball comes in to Carver. Sands tries to drive their leading score. Relatively quiet first half, but his teammates picked him up. With 10 to shoot, the pull-up jumpers missed long. The weak side rebound pulled in by the Knights and then tied up. It's a jump ball. It will stay with Middletown.
Yep, they swarmed on Gabe Cottrell when he got the defensive rebound. No place to go. Altered in possession to the Knights.
Quickly up the floor it goes. The cross-court pass, the fake in the drive, and it's stolen by the Bears. They counter on the other end. Ross gliding to the rim, lost control going up, and it was deflected by Middletown. It will stay with the Bears, 25 to shoot.
That live ball turnover and then the run out by Carver Votech. Middletown's fortunate not to give up one right there.
Inbounds pass goes to Sand, high right wing as he matches up on Beer. The step back 3 over the top is long. High offensive rebound pulled in by Ross and the Bears. Ross up and under the layup, puts it back, and the lead is up to double figures for the first time for the Bears. Miller takes in the front court and slows down the momentum, slows down the tempo. Down by 10, 7 minutes left to go in the third. Big moment here to start the second half for Middletown. Top of the key pass to Cottrell. He gives straight on Polanski. Polanski lost it, but a foul is called. I believe that is number 2 on Kokla. Yep, it is. He's a team leader in steals, averaging 4 per game, but picked up his second foul. And remember, only 5 players from the regular varsity roster are dressing tonight for the Bears. Miller picks up the dribble. Now Polanski high right, deep right wing, bring Beard around it out, and the front side rebound defensively for the Bears. Up ahead to Ross. Climbs the ladder to pull it in and scores from the right block. A 4-0 run to start the second half for the Bears. A 11-0 run. They're up by 12, and they're an 8-0 run. And a timeout taken by Middletown. Down 33-21 with 6:34 left to go in the third. We'll break here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice and military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
Back in Cool Oldies 1450, 33-21. Middletown down by 12 out of the timeout. Big moment here for the Knights, Coach.
Yeah, critical point of the ball game. Middletown needs to get a little run here.
2-2-1 half-court trap. Miller gets it over the top. Now pass back to Poffenberger. Scored 4 points in that first half. Back to Miller straight on, about 3 feet beyond the three-point line off the pick. Now drives, runner in the paint over the defender. It's long. Rebound tapped and pulled in by Handon. Up ahead pass. It goes to Sands. Alley-oops to Ross. Throws it over his head. Out of bounds. Maybe got too aggressive there.
Yeah, a little too fancy with that pass. Tried to set up the lob for the dunk.
Inbounds pass goes to Beard. Now back to Poffenberger. Dangerous cross-court pass, far side Beard. Beard kicks to the corner. Touch pass Poffenberger. High left wing. Thought about the 3 and now straight on to Beard. He'll reset. Kick to the left wing to Polanski. He drives. Top of the key pass to Winchester Dodeman. Now on the left wing to Poffenberger. The drive and kick to the right wing. The fake and the drive from Beard. The runner around and through in the first 2 points of the second half for Middletown.
Big basket there by Braden Beard. Nice drive, nice finish. Shot clock running down. 2 important points for the Knights.
5:30 left in the third. 10-point lead for the Bears in the Class 2A semifinals. Trap at the top, making things tough with 15 to shoot. Now Hampton, just inside the timeline, goes to work on Beard. Drives and kicks. Open 3-corner. Kokloff. It's good. Big bucket there by Kokloff to make it a 13-point game.
The first made 3-pointer for the Bears. Balloons the lead to 13.
The largest so far for the Bears. Into the front court to Beard, high left. 1 dribble, chest pass, top of the key, Poffenbarger. Now standing dribble for Britton Poffenbarger in the hands of Miller. See if they can get him going. Off the weave, high right, Polanski. Tight defense from the Bears. And that man-to-man. Crossover, Poffenbarger pulls up left elbow off the backboard and down.
Nice shot. Banks open here this evening. That's all right. Goes in. It's 2 points.
It is just past 8 o'clock, but it has stayed open, thankfully, for Middletown. Pass underneath. Bucket is good, and the foul for Dorian Sands, the leading scorer for the Bears to the free throw line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Yep, great lob pass there. Just a little mismatch. They have Polanski at 5'8", guarding the 6'2", Dorian Sands.
4:30 left, 38-25. Sands to the foul line, averaging over 20 points per game. A really good shooter. Doesn't miss a lot of foul shots. Did miss one in the first half and misses one there. Rebound tap right in the left hip of Beard as he brings it off on the defensive rebound. Beard high right side, his team down by 13 to the trap. Beard passes out of it to the corner. Somebody's open. The kick, left wing 3, open Polanski. It's long, going up for the rebound and pulling it in is Hampton. Quickly passes up the floor to Sands. Drives down the right baseline. Stolen by Beard. Beard on the other end. And the one-handed layup to make it an 11-point game.
Nice defense there, creates that easy bucket on the other end for Middletown.
Beard the steal and score. It's an 11-point lead just halfway through the third quarter. Standing dribble Hayden, tries to drive on Beard, pulls him the foul line. It's blocked by Miller. Hayden got it back with 13 to shoot. He resets the top to Kokloff, who drives on Miller. Miller blocks it again. This time it's out of bounds with 8 to shoot. And a couple subs coming in for Middletown as Chase Beard and Matt Kelsey sub in.
James Miller really getting after it on the defensive end here for the Middletown Knights.
Ross to inbound to the corner with 8 to shoot in the hands of Sands, their leading scorer. Pulls up just inside the three-point line and rattles it in. Dorian Sands back-to-back field goals. Lead extends to 13.
That elevation on that jump shot is just so good from Dorian Sands.
Poffenberger, the pull-up, it's blocked. On the other end, Anthony Ross races to the rim. The scooping layup is through. Lead is 15. The block and score for Ross of the Bears. Miller behind the back dribble, poked away from behind. Miller runs it down high left. And now resets just inside the timeline to Kelsey. Kelsey dribbles against Kokloff. One of the best hands you'll see from the defender. Got to be careful around him. Now it's Miller driving between the legs, spinning baseline left, no good. Putback is through by Poffenberger as he leaped across the paint to score.
Yeah, great hustle play there by Poffenberger. Offensive rebound and the putback.
42-29 with 2:40 left to go in the third. Off the pick, and a foul is... No, it's a turnover. An offensive foul is called on Kokloff as he extended the arm. That is his...
I think
was
it
on the
actually
pick.
went on the screener.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Thank you there,
number
Coach.
2. Yeah, fortunate that it wasn't Kokloff's third personal.
It is the second on Anthony Ross, so Ross has 2, Kokloff has 2 as well with 2:30 left to go in the third. Miller got space, defender fell down, and Miller got the 3. His first today, lead down to 10, a 5-0 run from the Knights. And it's turned over in the backcourt off the thigh of Kokloff. Now with 2:17, the Knights with momentum can make it a single-digit score, and a timeout is taken.
A 30-second timeout taken
We'll go
by the
ahead.
Bears.
It's a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here. We'll stay here for the 30-second timeout. 42-32 with 2:17 left to go in the third. Just when it looked like the Bears were going to break it open, the Knights score 5 straight, keeping within shouting distance.
Yep, sparked by good defense. Really working hard on the defensive end. Some steals and good ball pressure. A bucket here turns this little mini run for Middletown into a nice run to get them right back into the game.
Middletown's the 1 seed. The Bears are the 5 seed. We talked about it at the top, Coach. Carver-Votech has probably had a slightly tougher schedule than Middletown this year, which it makes it tough to really go by those rankings, although both teams are extremely talented.
Extremely talented. To get to this far, you cannot, you have to be a good team to get here. You know, and we talked about Carver-Votech has beat the defending champs, 2A, 3A, to get here. Middletown went through Walkersville, who was in the state semifinal last year in the 2A. So yeah, a lot of talent on the floor.
The winner plays at College Park either Friday or Saturday for the state championship of the Class 2A. Miller pressing up the floor, lost it, but is picked right back up by his teammate. Driving shot blocked, and it'll go out of bounds. As Brandon Beard tried to score, I believe Sands and then Anthony Ross were both up there for the block.
Yeah, Braden got to the basket, but they were waiting on him from the help side. Locked that and out of bounds.
Down by 10, 2:07 left in the third. Pass goes to the backcourt to Beard, averaging just a hair under 12 points per game. Beard across the timeline. He's met by Kokloff. Top of the key pass, it goes to Kelsey, the senior off the bench, scored in the first half. Now in the hands of Miller, behind the back dribble, sidesteps in the paint, over the defender. James Miller scores. He's got 5 straight, lead down to 8. And a full court
blocks
press.
the inbounds.
Almost stolen, and now some numbers. Kokloff ahead to Sands. Sands catches, right block, missed it long, put back Ross. It's blocked by Poffenberger. A 7-0 run, and the ball almost over and back. No call from the official. Cross to the right wing to Beard. Beard drives, spins right elbow, up and under, layup is missed. Rebound tap down by the baseline, and it was last touched by the Bears. It stays with the Knights. A fresh 30 and 1:21 left to go in the third.
You wonder how much fatigue might come into the game for the Bears as this game continues to be competitive and we start to get into the fourth quarter.
Alley-oop to Miller, no, but a foul. If it's on Ross, that is number 3 with 80 seconds left to go in the third. That is on Ross, his third. A courtesy reminder, just 5 varsity players competing tonight for the Bears. They do have 5 JV members on the bench. A few saw playing time in the first half, and one might be getting set to check in as Ross has 3 fouls. Although nobody is at the scores table yet. Miller's foul shot rims out. Rare miss from James Miller, normally reliable at the free throw line. 42-34, 1:20 left in the third. Lead was 15 for the Bears, down to 8 after a 7-0 run spurred by the team's leading scorer, James Miller for the Knights. He does make the second. Lead is 7. And the full court press once again. What do you think, Coach? You like the call to put on the full court press?
Yeah, the full court man-to-man press is giving the Bears a little trouble. It's also making them exert more energy the entire 90 feet.
And now the Bears slow down the tempo, not what they like to do with under 15 to shoot. Kokloff passes to Hampton as he tries to work on Polanski at the top of the key. 8 to shoot, ball on the left wing, driving, picking it up, and I believe steps, yep, traveling's called. A turnover on Kokloff. Lead is 7, 54 seconds left to go. The Knights can cut it down to 4 with a 3. Here's a look from the right wing for Beard. It's a 4-point game. Brandon Beard connects. An 11-0 run for Middletown. 42-38. And again, the full court press. Breaking in is Kokloff in the front court, hounded by Chase Beard. He pulls it back just in front of the timeline with 18 to shoot, 32 on the game clock. Off the weave it goes to Sands. Crossing over on Kelsey, driving on Kelsey, into Kelsey, the runner's no good. Sands taps into the hands of Miller, the defensive rebound. The shot clock turned off, Miller races up the floor, wild shot, and an offensive foul is called. That was most likely the right call there, Coach, as Miller is helped up off the floor.
He was going hard to the rim. I believe it was Kokloff who stepped in there and took the hit. That's James' third.
3 on James Miller. He's had a really good quarter. By my count, 7 points in the quarter, but picks up his 3rd foul as he will sub out for the final 17 seconds. Cottrell subs in.
This would be important. This would be a big stop here for the Middletown Knights.
Full court press again as Sands works up the timeline, draws a trap, stolen by Cottrell with 10 seconds in the front court. The left-handed layup is good. The lead down to 2 with 4 seconds to shoot. Hampton is just going to slowly walk it across, doesn't realize it, and the buzzer sounds. A 13-0 run for Middletown to close out the quarter.
Yep, defense creates offense. Middletown with a big run, right back into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game.
42-40 as we head to the fourth on Cool Oldies 1450.
Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life is located on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today. E-bikes are the latest trend in urban and suburban transportation. Pedal or throttle, exercise or relax. E-bikes are everywhere now in our area. Fredericktown Yamaha Cycle Company is Frederick County's largest supplier of pedal-assisted e-bikes. Fredericktown Yamaha is a supplier of Yamaha, Giant, and Intense electric bikes. From open road to crosstown commutes, mountain bikes, and more. Fredericktown Yamaha specializes in 2 wheels and a motor. Since 1975, located
We start the fourth quarter. It's the Bears ball, up 42-40, a 13-0 run from Middletown to close out the third, and the crowd is into it.
And this partisan Middletown crowd is getting behind their team, trying to pump them up.
Sands beats one defender, beats two on the baseline, kicks it back out to the top to Kokloff. He's got 17 to shoot. Now the top of the pass, it goes to Anthony Ross. Straight on back to Sands. He bumps off the pick at the left elbow. The fadeaway jumper is long. Rebound tap, batted out and controlled by Middletown. Pass up the floor, underneath, letting the defender going by. And tying the game at 42 is Cottrell. 15-0 run from Middletown. We're even at 42. The pull-up jumper is long, and now Middletown can lead as Polanski grabs a rebound. Cottrell running, shot, good, plus the foul. What a run by Gabe Cottrell. 6 straight points from the senior, and he goes to the foul line.
Great run out. Middletown getting the defensive rebound, and they are looking to run right from the beginning. And Gabe Cottrell, who spent the last bit of the third quarter on the bench, in here with a lot of energy.
A 17-0 run, 44-42. It was 42-27, about, I would say, midway through the third quarter. And with James Miller on the bench with 3 fouls, Gabe Cottrell, a starter, off the bench, 6 straight points to spark Middletown.
Yeah, this is where we're starting to see that depth is really starting to take effect. We'll see if the Bears can regroup, re-energize, come back out, a couple buckets here, right the ship, or if Middletown continues with the high energy.
Bears in a tough position, and we brought it up at halftime into the third quarter. If the Bears can be within shouting distance, or the Knights rather can be somewhat close, you would think the Bears, I mean, they're just human. They're kids, would tire down because they only have 5 varsity players able to play tonight. That has been the case. It's 44-42. 7:15 left in the fourth. Still a nail biter here from Thomas Johnson High School. And Cottrell to the free throw line to try to complete the and one.
A lot of time left. Strategy. More of a personnel mix, I believe, on the Middletown side. I think the coaching staff and the Bears might have to think about changing their defensive strategy a little bit just to conserve some energy.
Cottrell made the foul shot. It's 45-42. Almost stolen again. Knocked into the backcourt. Handon chases it down with 7 minutes left to go. 15 on the shot clock. Handon the Euro step in the paint. It's blocked, but a foul called on Brett Lucas. And now Desmond Handon, 2 big free throws coming up.
That's Brett's first foul as he was challenging the shot.
Desmond Handon averaging nearly 10 points per game. Was 2 for 4 from the foul line of the first half. A 17-point run for Middletown. Up by 3, and Handon is able to stop that run. Makes a free throw. That is the first points for the Bears since they were up 42-27. The second foul shot is good by Handon. Nothing but net on both, and the lead is back down to 1. Across the timeline, Middletown knocked away, stolen by David Ross. Ross had a big first half, quiet in the second. Hands off to Kokloff, who slows down the tempo with 20 on the shot clock. A fake handoff from Kokloff, and he scores. I thought he was going to hand it off the curl. Instead, kept it himself and scored from the left block. So a 4-point run for the Bears. They're up by 1. Now at the top to Beard. Beard pulls up from 3. It's long. And the rebound, Kokloff. Kokloff sprints up the floor. Bounce pass to Ross. Bobble the ball. And it's called for steps.
Yeah. Great dish there by Kokloff. Just not able to handle it cleanly. Stutter step, falls to the travel.
Miller takes the inbounds pass. 6:15 left in the 2A semifinals. Bears up by 1, 46-45. D up is a chant from the Bears fans. a separate chant from the Middletown fans as Miller's three is missed. Front side defensive rebound for Kokloff. And now the Bears bring it up on the other end in their road blue uniforms, up by one, under 6 minutes left to go. Playing for the right to go to College Park in the state finals. At the top of the key, it goes to Hampton. He isos on Beard. Now the bounce pass underneath. Knocked away from Ross. He chases down baseline left in the corner. Gives out to Hampton with 5 to shoot. The step back jumper is missed. Good box out underneath by Cottrell. Defensive rebound Miller. Top of the key pass, it goes to Lucas. Lucas, a stutter step drive. Hit layup is through. Lead back to Middletown by 1.
Great drive by Brett Lucas. Put his shoulders down. One hard dribble from the top of the key. And the finish.
Now Sands is met by fellow number 5, Polanski in the front court. Standing dribble off the pick, top of the key. The roll, the bounce pass to Ross. Lays it into the left block as Miller hit the floor. And now the Bears back on top by 148-47. At the left elbow, Cottrell rolls it right wing. Back Cottrell, center paint, runner through. Back and forth we go. It's Middletown up by 1, 49-48, 4:50 left in the game.
Yep, fortunate bounce there. Middletown, Cottrell with a good cut. Polanski with the dish and the finish.
Ken Kokloff and the Bears respond as he backs into Miller, high right side, now looks over the defense. Pass down low to Sands. Sands doubled, jumps in the paint, shot is through. Sands scores. 4 straight lead changes, 50-49, Bears on top. Miller in the front court, rather Lucas almost lost it. Ball goes to the baseline of Beard underneath and it's turned over. Stolen by Ross. Ross in the front court. Sands back to Ross. Too hot. He picks it back up. Top of the key pass to Anthony Ross. Now Kokloff resets with 20. Kokloff calls for the clear out. He wants David Ross in the right block. Now Ross pulls it back out. 9 to shoot. Into the corner goes to Hampton. And then dribbles back out to David Ross. Ross with the patch over his right eye, drives and draws the foul. And David Ross to the free throw line. His team up by 1, 50-49, with 3:54 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Brett picks up his second personal foul.
Lucas picked up the foul. Trying to see, it looks like that white patch is covering maybe half of the right eye for David Ross as he goes to the free throw line. Scored 4 early points. Had to have his eye, rather really his forehead, taped up, and he makes the free throw. His left eye must be good because I don't think you can see out of the right now.
Big foul shot there by David.
51-49, 3:54 left as Lucas heads the bench. James Miller is back in. One more free throw coming for David Ross. As he takes a deep breath, fires, and got it. Lead is 3, a 4-0 run for the Bears with 3:50 left. Into the front court is Kelsey. Kelsey had a look, didn't take it. Passes to Chase Beard. Chase Beard kicks to the corner to Kelsey with 20 to shoot. Kelsey, top of the key pass to Braden Beard. Braden Beard crosses up and it's stolen by Anthony Ross. 3-on-2. Sands on the other end, blocked by Miller off the backboard. David Ross the rebound. Off the hand of Miller. It will stay with the Bears. 3:31 left to go and they're up by 3.
James Miller hustled back on defense, blocked that layup attempt.
Anthony Ross left to the bucket, inbounds it, baseline left to Hamden. Hamden drives, beats the defender, bodies him up, missed it. David Ross put back, no good. Battle for the ball, and it's won by Miller. Now Miller tries to push, and he's called for steps before he dribbled the ball.
Yeah, a lot of contact in there. And there's timeout. Timeout, the Bears.
A timeout taken by the Bears. We can keep it right here. 52-49, 3:21 left to go. An exciting finish here on Cool Oldies 1450. It was a lead for the Bears by 15 midway through the third. A 17-0 run by the Knights to take a 2-point lead. Now it's 52-49 Bears after a back and forth last 4 or 5 minutes. They now lead by 3 following a 4-0 run.
Yeah, and we're at a point in the game, every possession matters big time. Just that little travel call there gives the ball back to the Bears with a full 30 seconds to work. You know, Middletown's been really, really good in the half-court defense, but the Bears are starting to pick apart the individual matchups with some of the shorter Middletown Knight players defending the taller Bears.
Just 2 fouls on Middletown, 1 foul on Carver. The Bears will inbound left of their hoop, a fresh 30 out of the timeout. It will be the 6'4" Anthony Ross to inbound it. Miller back to him. Nobody guarding Ross in the inbound. A couple of screens, a kick to the left wing. The 3 on the way from Kokloff. He got it. Big triple from Kokloff makes it a 6-point game with 3:15 left. That's a good play out of the timeout.
Yep. Khalil is 2 for 2 from behind the arc here in the second half. That one was huge.
Underneath the Chase Beard. His layup is short and Sands the rebound. Braden Beard able to tie him up, and the arrow points Middletown's way. That's a big defensive play by Braden Beard. So Poffenbarger will inbound, left of his hoop, a fresh 30 as team down by 6, and the inbound was knocked away. It's deflected out of bounds, and it will belong to the Bears. A turnover at a bad time for the Knights.
Yep. Under 3 minutes, down 6.
At least the Knights can set up their full court press. Anthony Ross to inbound in the backcourt. It goes to Kokloff. As he's picked up by Kelsey at the full court. Now Kokloff in the front court. The Bears can play passively here. Time on their side, up by 6 with 2:45 left in the Class 2A semifinals game. Been a good one.
Shortening the game with working the shot clock deep, under 10.
Sands isos on Chase Beard. Bodies, runner, good from the right block.
Just too strong for that matchup.
And it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bears. A 9-0 run over the past 2 minutes and plus for the Carver Bears. They lead 57-49. And now the Knights have to score quickly. As both sides opposing chance a foul at midcourt. It is on Hamden. That is his second 2 fouls on the Bears. Playing with just 5 of their regular varsity players. All 5 have played most of this game. Miller beats the defender in the front court, glides, misses the runner, rebound tapped, and it will stay here with the Knights. A fresh 30, 2:11 left, down by 8.
Coach Cumming calls the inbounds play.
Poffenbarger, quick outlet pass to Beard. Beard to the left wing. Miller fires a 3 and it's short. Miller grabs his own rebound. Trapped in the corner and called for steps. That's tough. Tough to tell if he was bumped or not. I think Miller thought he was pushed.
Called for a travel as he tried to split the double team.
Anthony Ross to inbound it, almost taken away into the hands of Sands. He pushes up the floor with 2 minutes left to go. Underneath the Kokloff, who lays it in, and the lead is back to 10, 59-49, under 2 left to play. Kelsey in the front court, it's knocked away, but dribbled off of his thigh. And Kelsey thought that was the correct call. The fans disagreed. And now a timeout is taken by the Knights, 59-49. With 1:51 left to go. We'll break, real quick, we'll break right here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Thermont Country Kitchen, conveniently located on Water Street in downtown Thermont. It's just like home, only they do the dishes. Family owned and operated since 1984, Thermont Country Kitchen has something for everyone. Handicap accessible, bring your choice for small gatherings or parties, and we cater too. Thermont Country Kitchen's owners, Sherry and Rob, recently received the Ewing Thermont Proud Award. And hey, speaking of awards, their roasted chicken is the best in Maryland, hands down. Thermont Country Kitchen's menu is unbelievable, with something for everyone. Check them out today. Thermont Country Kitchen is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the radio.
59-49, 1:51 left to go in the fourth quarter from Governor Thomas Johnson High School. It's a 10-point lead for the Bears. They inbound the ball underneath their own bucket, and a trap in the backcourt, and it's stolen by the Knights. They take it away. Layup is short, and it's pulled in by Ross and the Bears.
Golden opportunity there for Middletown, not able to convert after they create the steal with their full court press. And then a quick foul in the backcourt against the Knights.
And that is only the third foul in Middletown, down by 10 with 97 seconds left to go. They'll be inbounded at half court. Yeah, tough break there. Knights got the steal they needed, just couldn't finish. Bears hounded and a foul at the timeline as Matt Kelsey reached in on Dorian Sands. That is number 4 with 1:29 left. And one more, and the Bears will be shooting free throws. Desmond Handon to inbound, near sideline. In front of him is Braden Beard. Here is Sands as he isos on Chase Beard. To the corner it goes to Hedman. Quick trap comes with 20 seconds left. Cross-court pass stolen by Miller. Miller's got to move quickly into the front court. Miller quickly to the paint and is fouled going for the shot. He's got 2 free throws coming.
Yeah. Half-court trap there by Middletown. Ball got in the corner. They were all over that. Weak pass out of the trap. James Miller with a steal, and coast to coast, the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
And that is 5 fouls, I believe, on number 2, Anthony Ross. So Ross has to come out of the game. So a junior varsity player, this is number 40, Charles Hodge, is in as Miller sinks the first free throw to make it a 9-point game. Minute 12 left, you got a JV player in. Obviously, you want to try to have him with the ball in his hands at every point the rest of the way if you are the Knights.
And if you're the Bears, you just run him to the other end of the court, try to spread the Middletown Knights out and keep him away from the ball. But he's passing it in.
Miller makes them both. He is passing it in. The ball goes up the court, almost stolen, and it's an over and back turnover from David Ross. So the lead down to 8 with 1:09 left, and the Knights take over. Back-to-back turnovers from Carver. Chase Beard will inbound it in the front court. Miller is at the timeline, guarded tightly by Kokloff. Ball's bounced to the backcourt to Miller as he presses quickly. Kokloff, the team leader in steals, guards him. Miller picks up his dribble, now gets it top of the key to Kelsey. Kelsey lines up the 3 and got it! It's a 5-point game, just under a minute left to go. Bears have to inbound it. It does go to Sands. Ball knocked away in the backcourt, but a foul on Miller. And Dorian Sands to the free throw line for a couple.
That's 4th on James.
Something to keep in mind, that is 4 fouls on James Miller. So if, and it looks like they will, Middletown has to foul the rest of the way. You don't want Miller committing the foul.
78% free throw shooter is Dorian Sands on the season.
This gym is getting loud. Dorian Sands is team up by 5. The first free throw is good. It's a 6-point game. Still 2 possessions. You really don't have to foul right now if you're Middletown if Sands misses this free throw. One more coming.
Yeah, it all depends. They have to score on the other end, they being Middletown, or they will have to get in a foul game.
Sands missed the free throw. Miller the rebound. And he picks up the dribble. Cross-court pass is stolen by Desmond Hayden, and he is fouled as he dribbled it to the corner.
Bad turnover here in the backcourt.
Tough break there. Miller picked up the dribble, tried to pass it cross-court, and it was stolen by Hayden. So up by 6, 47 seconds left. Desmond Hayden to the free throw line for 2. The foul was on Chase Beard, his 3rd. As the first free throw is good. It's the lead to 7 after it's made by Hayden. And one more coming. 47 seconds left. With a JV player on the court after Anthony Ross fouled out. Desmond Hayden, his second free throw is off, and Cottrell had it and lost it. Missed the layup. Rebound Kelsey, and Kelsey is fouled in the backcourt. So just 3 seconds go off the clock, 42 seconds. The layup was missed by Kokloff. Now that's only the 4th foul though on the Bears, so it's going to be inbounded in the backcourt by Chase Beard. As he goes to Miller, guarded up the floor by Kokloff. Miller drives on Kokloff, spins in the paint, glides over the top on Ross, and he is fouled. And now Miller to the free throw line for 2.
Foul's going to go to David Ross.
That is just the second on Ross with 35 seconds and down by 7, 61 to 54. James Miller, 2 crucial free throws, missed the first. You really need both of these. At least this one makes it a 2-possession game. One more coming from Miller.
And allows him to get into the full court press.
Miller missed the second. Kokloff the rebound. Miller presses in the backcourt, knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with the Bears. That's a tough one. Miller missing 2 free throws, and a timeout taken by Middletown. Miller was able to avoid picking up his 5th foul, but did miss the foul shots. And now 32.1 left. It is 61 to 54. And with the Bears up by 7. And if they make free throws, they're going to ice this one away. Tough break there. James Miller, normally reliable to free throw line. And this semifinals game couldn't make either. And now it's a 7-point lead. You're going to need a turnover probably at one point here if you are Middletown.
Yeah. You're in a situation now that every time the Bears cross midcourt, they're going to have to foul to really extend this game.
You don't want James Miller to do it. He's got 4. And it's important to remember a JV player, Charles Harge, number 40, is on the floor. That is probably, I'm just guessing, being the only JV player, the guy you want shooting free throws if you can.
And this time they do not have him passing the ball in. But they're looking to either get the ball to Kokloff or Sands. Everybody else is just kind of getting out of the way.
Ball's in the Sands, it's stolen. Stolen by Beard. Beard spins in the front court and lays it in. That makes it a 5-point game, 25 seconds left to go. The pass up the floor, and that is stolen by Chase Beard. The pass up to his brother, and a travel is called. Braden Beard was hoping for the foul and didn't get it with 18 seconds left.
So, timeout, Bears.
Timeout taken by the Bears. Back-to-back turnovers. That was the opening that you were hoping for if you're Middletown with 18.3 left. Right now the Bears are having a hard time getting it up the floor. Middletown's just going to keep doing their thing, forcing turnovers.
Right, and the Bears just need to clear things out, have number 3 Kokloff and number 5 Sands up there working back to the basketball, because A, they're their best shooters, and they're their quickest athletes. And they're taller than the young men from Middletown who's trying to guard them. They could almost just throw it over top.
5-point game, 18.3 left. The Class 2A state semifinals. Been great to have you with us tonight on Cool Oldies 1450. A fun game. For the most part, the Bears have led. There was a back and forth exchange to start this quarter. Bears lead 61 to 56 with 18.3 left. They're inbounding it on their side of the court. They've had a hard time getting it across the timeline over the past 3 minutes, so still a chance here for Middletown.
Yeah, that third quarter, we saw a couple lead changes, but then the Bears kind of took control. Middletown's been fighting back here in the fourth quarter.
The inbound pass goes to the JV player, and it's knocked off his leg. It is going to belong to Middletown. Another turnover for Carver, so 16.7. Middletown has a pulse, down by 5. They inbound it right at their own hoop. Alley-oop to Miller, inside, missed the shot. Rebound tap, put back Cottrell, that is short. It's loose on the floor. It rolls out and scooped up by Sands. He dribbles it out of bounds, and it belongs to Middletown with 7.2 remaining.
They need a quick 3 and a quick 2 to tie things.
Knights might just run out of time here. I think if they had an extra 30 seconds, they might win this game. And back in the game.
Into the game.
Brett Lucas is in.
Hoffenberger will pass. That's 6.
Hoffenberger to inbound.
Nobody came out.
And there's some confusion, and now Cottrell runs to the sideline. There we go.
He's got one timeout left, which he's trying to save for right here when they score.
Hoffenberger to inbound. Lobs it towards the rim. Dangerous pass, stolen by Ross, and a foul in the backcourt. It is the JV player, Charles Hodge, to shoot 2 free throws with 5.1 left, but might not have enough time here. This is going to be tough for Middletown. That could be the day.
The only thing that would cost the Bears the game is if they would foul at this end. But I think they're trying to, coach is looking to pull them off.
Hodge to shoot 2 free throws, 61-56. Carver up by 5. Hodge misses the first, just one more coming. With just 5 players from their varsity roster in uniform tonight, Carver leading by 5. Here's the one JV player who is in after Anthony Ross, a starter, fouled out. The second free throw is good, so 62-56, and timeout taken by Middletown with 5.1.
Yeah, that's the last timeout for Middletown. So even if they score, the Bears now don't even have to pass the ball inbounds because the clock does not stop in high school basketball.
Did any time run off the clock there? I thought I saw maybe .2 go off the clock. And
yeah, you know, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Because once it gets below 5, the Bears don't have to pass the ball in. So if it was 5.2 or 5.1.
So 5.1 left, 62-56. Middletown to inbound underneath their own basket. They'll have to throw it the length, I guess I should say the Carver basket. They'll have to throw it the length of the floor, basically, to get a quick 3. They tried that up to Miller. It's deflected. It stays in bounds. Miller fouls with 2 seconds. That is his 5th. And James Miller will get a big hand. What a season for him. 18 points per game from the junior. He's going to be special next year. But right now, Carver is going to move on, up by 6, and a pair of free throws coming.
Yeah, they overcame the odds. With their 5 key players, it was good to have them, those 5 here.
Cottrell will sub in, the senior for the junior Miller. I think the foul was on him. No, I take that back. The foul was on Braden Beard, also a senior, and that is 5 on Beard. So one of the 2 was going to foul out. I thought that was on Miller, but it's on Beard. So he fouls out, gets a big round of applause. What a wonderful season from Braden Beard. With 2 seconds remaining, a couple free throws from Handon coming up. Makes the first. And now Matt Kelsey will come in as he will tap out Hoffenberger, the sophomore. And Matt Phillips subs in. He will relieve Chance Beard. And Hodrick Melbauchi will come in as well.
And 64% free throw shooting as a team for the Bears. I don't have the stats, but I feel like it was better than that here this evening, and they needed it.
63-56 as James Miller subs out to a big ovation. One more free throw coming for number 23, Desmond Handon. He rims it in. Actually has one more free throw after this. I think, nope, they're inbound it. We all lost track. Here's the inbound, and that is the game. The Carver Votech Bears are moving on to the 2A finals. They'll play on Friday or Saturday in College Park. A tight game, a fun one with a number of lead changes. They win 64-56 against the Middletown Knights. For the Knights, only their third loss this year. What a wonderful season for the Knights, but they fall in the state semifinals for Class 2A. We'll break, then come back and recap here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. And as a high school official, I get to help instill these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't go, but the kids in Maryland did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and even the pageantry of high school sports all over again. This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary School Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
Back on Cool Oldies 1450, 64-56. Middletown falls to the Carver Votech Bears in the Class 2A state semifinals. Ryan Pierce, Coach Rick Little wrapping it up here. Coach, it was a tight one. Back and forth lead changes towards the end of the third quarter. The Bears just able to outlast the Knights in the end.
Yeah, and it came down to they were able to make their shots in the fourth quarter. Scored 22 points, did the Bears in that fourth quarter. Outscored Middletown 22-16. Yeah, I hate keep going back to it, but Middletown just not hitting their three-point shots.
Yeah.
4 for 18 for the game unofficially, and that was the difference maker tonight.
Made a huge difference, 64-56 the final, but Middletown, what a phenomenal year. Just three losses. They got a lot of talent returning next year, and what a great senior class, a really good group to have to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch them. They were like 16-9 last year, so for them to come to this point this year, kind of a surprise. You know, yep, James Miller's coming back, and they have a few other underclassmen that played important roles here tonight that are coming back, but they were a big senior class. So Coach Cummings got his work to do here in the off season to build things back, but what a great season for these young men.
And Coach, you'll be back on the call tomorrow night. We got another great game here on Cool Oldies 1450. The Class 1A semifinals for girls at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yep, not Mountain Ridge, excuse me. Southern Garrett comes in to play Catoctin here again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. We were doing the Catoctin game, and Taylor Smith, the leading scorer for the Cougars, went down with a knee injury. Don't know if she'll return, be able to play tomorrow. And if she doesn't play, boy, a lot of other players will need to step up for the Cougars. Southern Garrett is the top seed in the state by luck of the draw with the coin toss. But so yeah, them and Catoctin have been kind of, you could see this coming all season long between Southern Garrett and Catoctin Cougars. And tomorrow night at 5 o'clock they tip off here.
That'll be right here on Cool Oldies 1450. We appreciate you tuning in to tonight's coverage of the Class 2A state semifinals. The Carver Votech Bears are moving on to the championship game after topping Middletown by 8 points. Big thanks to you for tuning in. Big thanks to Michael Betteridge, doing a great job as our director and producer tonight. For Coach Rick Little, I'm Ryan Pierce, signing off on Cool Oldies 1450.
Good night, all.